Assalamualaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Masyitah Hasanuddin and along with me is Khatijah Hussin. Today, we will be presenting on our elective research proposal which titled The Relationship Between Stress, Social Media and Academic Performance Among UiTM Pre-Clinical Dental Students. Our supervisors are Dr. Indah Amin and Mrs. Izyan Baharuddin. These are the content of our presentation. Stress has become part of student academic life due to various internal and external expectations placed upon their shoulders. Now, let's start with our research background. According to Jia et al., stress can be defined as physiological response and adaptation of body to any demand for change. We can classify stress into eustress and distress, in which eustress is positive stress with health behavioral benefits. Meanwhile, distress is also known as the negative stress. It is actually have been reported that there is high prevalence rate of stress among undergraduate students from local universities. In regard to social media, it is term that often used to refer a new form of media that involve interactive participation. There are a lot of its functions, but in education, social media may be used to enhance e-textbook function, form a study group, collect and share the information, share personal academic interests with other people, and many more. However, too much spend time on social media in daily life may lead to other bad consequences such as stress, anxiety, depression, distractions, receiving wrong information, and may develop antisocial behaviors which is not good for them. Even though there is little literature available, but still there is lacking of information on the effect of social media and stress behavior on the academic performance of pre-clinical dental students. So, how do these three factors correlate with each other? How does stress and social media affect their academic performance? This is what we are looking for in our study. Therefore, our first objective of this study is to investigate the prevalence of social media user among UiTM undergraduate dental students and their relation with the level of stress faced by students. And also, we want to see what is the relationship between student stress and their impact on academic performance. Now, moving on to our method of study one by one. So, our study was using a descriptive survey method, which is a cross-sectional study. This study was carried out in Faculty of Dentistry, UiTM Singapore, starting from September 2019 until April 2021. We were distributed the questionnaire via Google Forms. The participants involved in this study were all UiTM undergraduate pre-clinical dental students, which is Year 1 and Year 2 students. As for data collection, this is a social media and academic performance of students questionnaire that produced by Department of Educational Administration, University of Lagos, ECOCA. This questionnaire have been validated and modified by two experts in our faculty, which are Associate Professor Dr. Indah and Mrs. Binti Ahmad. And this questionnaire consists of 19 items. And another data collection is perceived stress scale. It is used to measure self-reported level of stress in students by assessing feelings during the last month. There are 10 items that need to be answered. And we are actually also include demographic part in our questionnaire. All students' academic performance was actually measured by obtaining their total marks of the examination and also their career marks. So we got this from academic unit for faculty and it was kept confidentially. We are using statistical product and service solution SPSS version 27 software to analyze all of our data. Descriptive statistics were used in order to obtain the frequency and percentage for demographic data and the prevalence. Then, simple integration and precise operation were used in testing the association between variables of interest.
Salam and good afternoon everyone. I'm Khatijah Hussin. As for my part, I will be presenting about the result and statistical analysis that we have done in our research study. The first one is the demographic characteristic, which is overall there are 165 students with age around 19 to 25 years old are participated in our study. So this demographic characteristic shows the gender distribution, years of study and also family income. For the gender distribution, we can see there are 126 female compared to male 36 respondents involved in the study, showing that the number of female students are higher compared to male students. And then the study's population involved, they are more almost equal for both year 1 and year 2, which is year 1 49.7% respondents and year 2 50.3%. And then for the family income, on my right side is the family income distribution for all respondents. So 34.5% are coming from the students with a family income less than 4,850k salary, and then for the 37% are coming from the family income between 4 to 10k salary, and then for 28.5% are coming from the salary more than 10k. So this pie chart represents the prevalence of the social media usage. So you can see here the most visited sites were WhatsApp, followed by Instagram, YouTube, and Google Meet. Here we can see that WhatsApp shows the highest percentage of usage because most of the students at lecture will communicate using WhatsApp as the main platform, as it is easy to access and convenience. Google Meet, we do believe, contribute to the high usage among students because we do believe that most students and lecturers use it as the online learning at home during the pandemic since last year. And the least utilized social media is Tumblr, which is only 1.8% users. Analysis by gender and years of study as per shown in graph also reveals that WhatsApp, Instagram, and YouTube are the most prevalent social media used by the students. The usage of the social media is actually high and evenly distributed between all the students regardless of their genders and also the years of the studies. So this slide shows the table of the simple linear regression and Pearson correlation of each social media domains towards stress. So in this table, we want to see the correlation between the social media domains towards stress. So from this table, we found that there is a significant relationship of social media addiction and social media usage towards the stress level, which is P less than 0.05. They shows a positive linear relationship with little correlation, means that the higher the social media usage, the higher the amount of stress. So meanwhile, the result from the social media exposure indicate no significant relationship as P more than 0.05. So this second table shows the effect of social media and stress towards the students' academic performance. There is significant linear relationship between the level of stress and students' academic performance, which is P less 0.05. The observed correlation coefficient is negative 0.175, suggesting that the negative linear relationship and little correlation. However, the finding between the social media addiction, exposure, and usage toward the academic performance were not significant, as p-value below than 0.05. This shows that students were able to maintain or perform their academic performance as they are not affected much by the social media. Let's move on to our discussion. One of our main objectives is to investigate the prevalence of the social media users among UiTM undergraduate students. WhatsApp is the most utilized social media, followed by Instagram, YouTube, and Gmeet, as we can see in the slides. And our study also shows that the usage of the social media is high and evenly distributed between all the students, regardless of their genders and also years of studies. This is because social media is one of the quick and easy online platform to interact with and communicate with people nowadays, and this might be due to the pandemic issues happen, so there's a limitation of the students to do a face-to-face social interaction. Thus, by using this online platform will actually make them stay alive and stay connected with the others. Our objective also includes the relationship between social media with the level of stress faced by students. The findings suggest that the high usage of social media may increase the stress level of students. As we know, WhatsApp is the most highly utilized social media by the students, and high usage of this platform can lead to increased stress level. However, other social media platform may also contribute to the students' stress. High stress level due to the social media may arise when the students misuse and overuse this platform. When the student misuse and overuse it, this is when the cyberbullying can occur. This is when the student having a low self-esteem because they keep comparing themselves with everything to the others. And then peer pressure can also happen because they are struggling to update their social media just to be on the same page with the other peers. Our study research shows that there is a statistically significant negative correlation between the level of stress and the student's academic performance. This means that the higher the stress level actually reduce the academic performance. So this is because too much stress will lead to the reduced students' ability to concentrate in their studies and consequently affecting their academic performance. According to Huang Wai et al., those who have an interest in academic motivation have been recognized to be negatively associated with depression and also stress. Intrinsic motivation is referred to do something because it is enjoyable and interesting rather than because of an outside incentive or pressure to do it, such as the reward or deadline. Thus, intrinsic academic motivation could be able to reduce the depression and stress as the students are studying without being pressured. Okay, next one is there is no significance correlation between the social media domain and academic performance. This means that the student might have unlimited access to social media, but it doesn't affect much their academic performance. So it can be due to the adaptiveness and familiarity with the social media users and application which allow them to navigate sites and find out the relevant information for academic and social purposes. Or maybe because of the students are able to manage their time and can maximize the advantages of the social media usage wisely. Briefly to conclude, WhatsApp is the most highly visited and preferred social media among UiT and pre-clinical dental students regardless of its years of studies and genders. And this is because of its accessibility and also convenience. And also social media may cause the level of stress increase, thus a high level of stress will be affecting the students' academic performance. And these are all our references that we use in our studies, so that's all from us. Thank you.